Hi everyone, I just want to share a message with you from the universe. If you want, you could just pick one card or listen to all three if you feel like they apply to you. Breaking through the barriers in reverse, confidence in reverse, and speak from the heart in reverse. So the first card I'm going to read tonight is Breaking Through the Barriers. And regardless of whether you've drawn this card upright or in reverse, it means the same thing. There are barriers that stand between you and what you want, and now is the time to break through those barriers. The ego does not create barriers to hurt us. The ego creates barriers to keep us safe. In this circumstance, you would do well to ask, what am I trying to keep myself from? If I get what I want, what bad things does some part of me think will happen? There is always a positive reason or intention behind the existence of a negative thing. If we can figure out what positive role that negative thing in our life is playing, and if we can find out what it is trying to prevent us from experiencing, we are well along the way to breaking through the obstruction and stand between us and our truest desires and goals. So the second card I drew was Confidence in reverse. You are not expressing yourself to the world because your self-doubt has put you in a kind of prison. You are hiding yourself from the world. You are not doing what needs to be done or saying what needs to be said because of your fear of disapproval. What are you afraid of will happen if you are disapproved of? Right now, your confidence is so low that you cannot simply decide to be confident. Instead, decide it is too painful to stay hidden. Make that the reason to be brave enough to come out of your shell. And the last card I drew was Speak from the Heart. You need to speak to your own heart. Other people in your life are not open to your truth at this particular time. It makes no sense to open up to someone who does not currently want to receive you. Imagine your heart as a separate being that lives inside you. What does your heart feel like? Does your heart feel appreciated and loved, or does it feel ignored and undervalued? Begin by asking your heart directly, what makes you unhappy? What do you need me to do differently? If you could have one wish, what would it be? And what do you have to tell me? You will receive the answer on an intuitive level. Next, it's your turn to speak to your heart. Address the concerns that were put forth by your heart. Acknowledge that the value your heart needs and wants and perspectives. After all, it represents the perspective of your true self. What do you think your heart needs to hear? Tell that to your heart. You can speak to your heart inside your mind's eye if you do not wish to speak out loud. Next, take the steps to fulfill the wish that your heart expressed.